Ever wondered how international trade and exchange rates are influenced by the demand for a particular currency? Well, two key concepts in this context are the perceived demand curve and the proportional demand curve. The perceived demand curve is a fascinating concept. It represents the relationship between the exchange rate of a currency and the perceived demand for that currency in the foreign exchange market. But what does this mean exactly? Well, it's all about how market participants perceive the value of a currency relative to other currencies. This perception is based on factors such as economic fundamentals, expectations, and market sentiment. It's like a barometer of the currency's popularity and appeal in the market. Now, the interesting part is that changes in perceived demand, driven by factors like economic indicators, political events, or even market psychology, can cause shifts in this perceived demand curve, and these shifts can lead to changes in exchange rates. So in essence, the perceived demand curve is a reflection of the currency's standing in the popularity contest that is the foreign exchange market. It's about perceptions and expectations, and how these can influence the value of a currency. On the other hand, the proportional demand curve is a more grounded concept. It illustrates the relationship between the exchange rate of a currency and the actual demand for that currency in the foreign exchange market. Unlike the perceived demand curve, the proportional demand curve reflects the fundamental factors influencing demand for a currency. These include trade flows, capital flows, interest rates, and inflation differentials between countries. So, changes in these fundamental factors can cause shifts in the proportional demand curve. And these shifts lead to adjustments in exchange rates to restore equilibrium between the demand for and supply of a currency. In other words, the proportional demand curve is all about the nuts and bolts of the economy. It's about the tangible, measurable factors that influence the demand for a currency. In summary, both the perceived and proportional demand curves play a crucial role in exchange rate determination. The perceived demand curve captures short-term fluctuations driven by market sentiment and expectations. On the other hand, the proportional demand curve reflects long-term equilibrium based on fundamental economic factors. So whether it's the popularity contest of the perceived demand curve or the economic fundamentals of the proportional demand curve, both play a pivotal role in the fascinating world of international trade and exchange rates.